Welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and we're here today with another full review of the Apothic Dark Bold Blend Deep and Layered from 2022. So if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. This cork is a problem. Haven't actually had to deal with actual real corks with no toppers. There we go. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. Come on in, have a seat. Good times. Pretty much guaranteed. So here we have the Apothic Dark Bold Blend. Have you seen this brand in your area? Now there is a serious line from them. Have all kinds of stuff. Now this is Deep and Layered from 2022. We're going to go ahead and give you a look at the back. It is a blend that showcases layers of deep, rich flavor. This wine is full of black cherry and plum notes with aromas of highly roasted oak. Enjoy your honestly. Okay. California red wine 2022, alcohol 13.9% per volume. Apothic.com, Modesto, California. This contains sulfites. There's the government always popping its little face up in there. So, for all the new people, let's do a quick rundown while we let that breathe for just a moment. So, this is the second part to a three-part series that Mr. Randy does for a wine, whiskey, libations review. But let's take a step back. Step one, off the rip. Get the bottle home, crack it open, pour it in a glass, have my first sip, share my first impressions with you because that's what we're here for. All my returning viewers, you know how it is. Sometimes it just doesn't roll out right. So we're at part two with the full review. Part two, full review, roughly about this point. We're going to let what's left in the bottle sit for a bit. For better or for worse, the characters may or may not come out and expand, evolve. It is what it is. I'm going to go on the internet, bring back as much or as little information as possible, and share it to you, no longer guaranteed in less than 10 minutes. Part 3 is going to be all the way down here called the final pour, and thusly named because we're going to have the final pour. We're going to compare it to the first pour and everything in between. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get on with it, shall we? Not a whole lot of official information coming from this line, even from their official website. They did say that it is a mix or a blend of three different wines. You got a Merlot, you got a Zinfandel, and there's a third one which I did not write down. I don't think because I can pronounce it properly at this time. They say the proper pairings for this is meat, cheese, and or desserts. The price point for this is, well, it was on sale for under $5 out the door. Normally it's going to be about $15 out the door, which I kind of find appropriate. That's a little bit of a spoiler. I know I jumped ahead. The ABV on this is 13.5%. You can already kind of see, I'll bring you a little closer, it does have some relatively decent viscosity. The color is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I don't think I'm going to be able to, yeah, that's not going to work. So we're not going to bother pulling out the, that's for the whiskeys anyways. It is a dark, rich grape color. And it does. Let's go ahead and get on the nose. On the nose, there is definitely dark cherry, plum, blackberry. They do say that there's blueberry. It's kind of hard to pick out that blueberry when you've got that dark cherry, the plum, and the blackberry sort of dancing around. Maybe they're dancing around the blueberry. Maybe it's just one of those things, you know, Gothic Apothic. So let's go ahead and get on the palate. Relatively light on the palate. You do get dark fruit and plum, pretty much coming right at you at the beginning. Some of that blackberry is in there in the background. Dark cherry's got that like lower end tartness to it. This is relatively nice. This is a bit of a step up from the typical dark reds that I've had on the channel. It's not as dry as it claims to be. It's relatively nice. And I definitely say that this would definitely be something to pair with maybe some roasted chicken with some kind of vegetables, maybe a cheese appetizer. and also pair it with a dessert. So there you go. You've got your cheese and whatnot for your appetizers, your meat, maybe I don't know if I go with a pork chop, but chicken for sure, chicken. Maybe fish. Not quite sure. Fish is kind of one of those things where it depends on how you present it, how you make it, how it's going to go which way with a red or a white wine. Dessert, you could definitely continue drinking this after the meal and you go into the dessert section. I would definitely say probably wouldn't push it anything too sweet and definitely not anything too tart because it would definitely offset the whole palate. Let's get one more on the palate. Now, when it comes to the wines, there's not much that can be done on the finish. We can talk about an aftertaste and a lingering aftertaste. There's nothing really to speak of as a lingering aftertaste. The aftertaste itself, which is relatively quick and dissipates just as quickly, is where you're going to get a lot of these fruits, a lot of these fruit notes, especially the more of these darker fruit, the more of the bitter fruits, as a plum and the blackberries. That's what you're going to get on the back end. And the dark cherry too. Those three things will come out and dance around. Well, those are pretty consistent the entire way through. So I'm going to take one more on the palate as I contemplate the scoring on this one. This is a very nice dark red. Dark, bold, blended red. Very nice. I'm definitely going to be picking up a second bottle of this. I might even buy two. I want something to be able to drink and enjoy without having to disrupt my whole review process. I do have a few other bottles of wine coming down the pipeline, but I don't want to overdo it. So if I choose to have a wine, I don't want to disrupt the whole process. So for $5, which normally you get 15 out the door, so you're basically getting it for what? 33% of its full value or full price. Value is a different one, okay? Value and cost are two different things. This has higher value at a lower cost. So now my score, I'm sort of torn between this kind of a situation because do I score it based on its $5 price point or its $15? So I would say on its $5 price point, it definitely gets a higher score, but that's not fair. I want to keep it average. On average, this bottle goes from anywhere from $10 to $15 out the door. I've seen it for less than $10, not including the $5 sale I got here, but on average between $10 and $15. So I'm probably going to put this at a strong 4 out of 5. This is an excellent wine, an excellent dark, bold wine for out the door for $15. Let me know what you think. What's the cost? What's the price on this for you in your area? Have you seen it? Moving on to my fair price. I'm going to actually just leave it alone. I mean, the sale price is fantastic. And I absolutely enjoy it. And I'm absolutely thrilled that I got to try it at such a low price point. And that low price point is what got me to try it. I've seen the Apothic bottles on the shelves, on the racks for years. And I always thought that's probably just a gimmick, you know, that whole sort of gothic darkness to it. It appeals to some, and especially to these wine connoisseurs. Well, I guess, in a sense, I too am becoming a wine connoisseur of sorts. So my fair price, gonna leave it alone. I think it might be one of those things that people think, maybe not, but just try it. If you find it on sale, try it. I mean, try it at a regular price. I mean, I guarantee you, if you're into wines and you're definitely into red wines, this would definitely be an acceptable wine for you. So would I buy this again? I think I already said it. Yeah, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get a few other bottles that I've already obtained on the last run, on the last outing. I got this one and I got the Syndicate, that Scotch. I'm going to buy another bottle of Scotch and I'm going to buy another bottle of this wine. And it's going to go in the closet. And we're going to come back to those later on. So there it is. Now at 10 minutes, I ask you, please, If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you've watched more than a couple of my videos, why not go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed? But the most important thing to Mr. Randy is your interaction. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about the Apothic wine? And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a good one.